Good evening, everybody. And we are on the second stream where we've got a panelist today. It's not just me talking. So actually, I do have time to have a drinks break as well. So it's good to be joined by no other than Ellie. How are you doing? Good to have you on the stream.
I'm feeling good, thank you. I'm very excited. My Media Man debut.
Media Man debut. And also, we've got some good things coming up very, very soon. Obviously, the first thing we've already discussed what we're going to try and do first, but before that, if you're joining in the stream, please comment. Good to have you all here. There's only I think like another day till deadline day tomorrow at 11 o'clock, is it? I think so. Yeah.
How
I
many
think
can we
tomorrow.
sign in that time? How many do you reckon?
Well,
4, 5 with Cooper. Who knows?
We're asking how many we can sign. Now I'm going to ask you how many we have signed. So I gave it my best shot. Now I want you to try and name all 18. Now it could be 19 if Willy Bolly signs, but at the moment it's 18.
See, when we talked about it earlier, I was convinced it was 17. So that's never a good start. So, right, we got Wayne Hennessy, Henderson. I'm doing this in weird order. Awonyi, Niakate, Remo Freuler. Oh, said that. Bianconi. What? Who? How? I've forgotten a really. Jay Lings. Lodi. I've forgotten who I've said. Koyati. I've forgotten who I've said. Oh no, this has gone wrong. Oh, there we go. Daz just shouted O'Brien and Toffolo at me. I've got a cheat
11.
man.
That's 11.
Oh, I don't want to mispronounce his name. The lad who went to Olympiacos, is it Juan?
Yeah.
Good. I think I've said that right. What am I at? 12?
Mm-hmm.
I must have missed someone quite important.
Gibbs
White.
White.
Who played? Right, let me think of who played the other day. Nico Williams.
14. We're close.
We're getting there. Oh my gosh. Omar Richards. And I feel like
how
Mangala.
Has this all just come into your head magically? Like what?
No, one of my dad shouted Richards. I can't lie, but Mangala, that was me.
Mm-hmm.
What am I on? 15.
Yeah, 15.
There was one lad who really young who isn't like. Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Well, you're forgetting the guy that played second half on Sunday. Also Nigerian.
Dennis. Oh, thanks, Mum.
Oh wow! Did you just say that? Oh, look at that! That was.
Oh, look at that! I've just
16.
I know all.
You're missing the one that we mentioned earlier. Do you not remember? You know who I'm on about as well.
You said, is this the one where you like the Irish lad?
Oh no! That one I'm not. Brandon.
No, we haven't signed him yet. No. Who have I missed? What?
You missed the Costa Rican guy. Brandon.
You've turned my head. What? Who have I missed?
No, it's Brandon. Brandon Aguilera.
Oh, I did this earlier as well. At the same time, this is right. He mentioned this earlier, and I was just baffled. I completely forgot about him.
There's one more.
Are you sure?
Who is the other one? I think we're on 17. Are we on 17? Has anybody been counting?
We've lost count.
So I'm gonna.
No, isn't that a young lad? Did you count the young lad whose name has escaped me?
Ooh.
When we said, I can't lie, I don't remember.
Oh,
if you were to ask me his name, you'd be really
We've got 17. We can't come all this way not to get the last one.
Someone right, comments, help us out here.
Toffolo.
I said Toffolo. Did I not?
Did you? Did you say Toffolo? I don't know.
I think we're gonna have to throw in the towel.
Yeah, I'm throwing in the towel there.
I don't think the comments have said. I've seen a look at the comments, and no one said what we haven't said. I don't think.
Oh! Tim Shipman says it's hilarious. So we were actually trying really hard.
I'm glad I can entertain with my appalling memory. So it seems. But you know what? It's not just me.
It's me as well. So
we're drowning here. So if anyone remembers it, shout out to you because we have really forgotten someone.
Yeah, we have, and we have said Omar Richards, Kouyaté we've seen, and by the way, just want to say, I'm the new striker coming in on deadline day. So, and I also want to say Sam Surridge isn't going to Middlesbrough. That's another thing as well. But that won't. I don't think that will happen by any means. But Ellie, and I just want to say before I ask you this question, good evening to everybody joining in: Claire, Sebastian, Patch, Tim, Sean, Brian, everybody joining in. Michael, I want to know how you're feeling ahead of deadline day, because there could be a lot of work to be done. Who knows? There could be a reunion with James Garner. You just don't know, do you? Anything can happen on deadline day, as we've seen before. How are you feeling ahead of that? And is there any players that you particularly would like to see come to Forest?
I think it's already been a bit mad to say we've signed. Did we agree it's 18 players? And as you mentioned earlier, one player I would really like to see is James Garner. You can't help but love him. I'd love to see him back. I don't know. I mean, from early, was it an interview? It must have been done yesterday with Steve Cooper. I was watching about the preview, talking about we're still in some good discussions. And it's like, and when I asked, will there be any more? And he's like, maybe. And it's like, when does it stop? Like, what? I love it. I'm not complaining. I think it's absolutely brilliant. But it is mad. I think, are we still the third highest spenders in Europe? Is that still?
We might be third or fourth now, because I know that if United sign Anthony, I don't know. I think they've spent 197 million after that. So, and yeah, you think like
there's still
Man
time
United,
for us to overtake with Stevie Cooper. There's still time. We might not win the league, but we could certainly spend the most. So
let's go 197.1 million just to really annoy Man United. Like,
what are we on right now? It was.
I think like 140,
now, hasn't it?
150
with.
Who did we sign after Gibbs White?
I think it's Loddy. Loddy, and yeah, so it's about 150, isn't it?
Yeah, he was 5 million euros, was Loddy. So
I don't know what.
It's got to be like 100, because he was 5 million as a loan fee. So, and that's just the loan fee. Then you've got obviously
and then
optional.
Is it 30 million? Yeah.
Yeah, 30 million. So about 25 million pounds, like, which doesn't seem bad considering how I played at Atletico. But I do want to ask you then. Obviously, it's a good signing. There's no doubt. He's played first team football in the Champions League. He's played for the Brazilian national team. Obviously, I'd say probably the best national team in history for me. And he's got a lot of good attributes. He's young. How are you feeling? Maybe seeing him possibly, I don't think tomorrow, but maybe, who knows, maybe at the weekend. How are you feeling ahead of seeing him on the pitch?
I'm excited about that. I mean, I've to be fair, I've said it about almost every signing. I think under Cooper, every signing is exciting, regardless of who it is. But he's looking. The history he's got, his career already at such a young age is amazing. And I watched his interview as well. And what I love is he genuinely. I know it sounds really silly, but what we keep hearing time and time again is, why have you signed for Forest? You've got this amazing career. Why Nottingham Forest? You're quite a sought after player. And we keep hearing it time and time again with Cooper is they made me feel wanted. They made a lot of effort for me to be here. And when he was talking about Forest, he was like a child. He was really excited. Like he was like really smiling when he was talking about it. He mentioned our history. Oh, he said something as well, which was absolutely brilliant about us, where he said like we're one of the best. I mean, God, someone might have to correct the quote, but it was something like we're one of the best team, one of the best historical teams in the UK, in England, and you've got to respect that he, wants to be here because he is such a good player, and he's come here. He's come to Nottingham, who've just got promoted into the Premier League, and after everything he's done, amazing.
And he wants to come here as well, because it does feel like, and you mentioned earlier, like a child, like the reaction that, even when you see him on the TV and he's just like sat there smiling, like he just wants to come on the pitch, and you see him taking all the photos and he's like proper holding the shirt like that. It's like, whoa, okay, do you know what I mean? Like,
we're a big club now. So I mean, we're a big club. Look at the signings we've made. It's so exciting now that the season started as well. I think a lot of people have been saying it. A lot of people, we've got a lot of stick. We don't need to say who by, but we all know who by, and about all these signings that we made. I think we all have to realize how many players we had go out. Like it wasn't a normal. It wasn't. We had to make those signings. Like we had no choice, and I'm glad. And we haven't just made signings to stay up. We've made signings to compete. And I think that was Marinakis's exact words, and everyone's. We're back in the Premier League, and Yeah.
Well,
It's so exciting. I can't wait to see Lottie play, I have to say. But I would like to say I wouldn't have him play tomorrow.
you wouldn't have him play tomorrow at all.
No, I think Toff did a good job. Maybe come on, but I wouldn't start him for sure. Tottenham was a hard game. I know we lost 2-0, but we played well. And I think that's what the majority of people have been saying is the way Spurs play when they got the ball, well, they scored. Do you know what I mean? We had 56% possession, and especially in that first half, we really held up the ball. We had the possession, but it just takes one split second moment, really. It takes 10, 15 seconds to score a goal, and that's what they did.
And the thing is as well, the only stat that actually matters at the end of the game is the result, isn't it? So, as much as I loved referring to the fact that we were better over the course of more stats than Tottenham were at the weekend, at the end of the day, for Tottenham fans, it was just a case of them saying to me, oh, what about this stat? 2-0, you know what I mean? Like, and Harry Kane's our top scorer. It's like, okay, you've had me there. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no coming back from that. So, but I do want to ask you about your thoughts ahead of City. Now, I'm going to go and quickly get my Labatt shirt on. So whilst I'm doing that, I want you to run the stream for me. So I've actually got a purple and green one as well. Thank you to Phil, if you're listening. So what I want you to do is run the stream for a minute. Lots of responsibility. I know it's crazy. And I just want you to give maybe your starting 11 against Man City and also your thoughts ahead of tomorrow's game.
So I've never had quite this much power, and thank you very much for this. So my thoughts, City. I've always been quite naive. If anyone's seen me on streams before, I'm always the one to say we're going to win. I'm also the one that says we're always going to get promoted. Realistically, I'd like to say we're going to win this one. I don't think we will. Don't think I'm saying much there by saying that. I think in this game it's going to be really, really tough. But I think we will show up. We're not going to. Nice shirt. I think we will show up. I think we will surprise them. There will be chances for us. I think we'll hit them on the break, and I'm hoping we score. I mean, if you look at all City's last games, they've been very high scoring, and even though they have, won almost all of them, they've scored 13 goals so far this season, and conceded 5. And I'm thinking I'd like to see that we'd score a goal. I think we will. And my prediction, I never predict a loss.
I like that. Yeah, I was going to say I never bet against Forest, even when I think we're going to lose.
I never will predict a loss. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say 2-2. I've gone mad. I've gone mad there, but I'm not. I refuse to predict a loss. With Stevie Cooper, anything can happen. Anything can happen. I'm going to say 2-2. And I think with a team like City, if we are going to draw, I don't think we're going to get a clean sheet. You've got people like Haaland who scares the bejesus out of me, and is a freak of nature in the best way possible. That man is ridiculous, and that sounds really mean, but I mean it in a nice way. And I think if we're going to draw, it's going to be high scoring. It's going to be entertaining, that's for sure. No matter what the result, it's not going to be a dull game.
And I wasn't. I don't know if you did your starting 11.
Oh no, I didn't.
You didn't. I was going to, because I wanted to ask you in specific about the attacking options. Because on Sunday they went for the 2 10s and 1 up front. Would you do that again against Man City, or are you going to go for more of a defensive formation? Because for me, if we really want to get a result against City, we should just go all out and just go for it. Not be ridiculous, obviously, but like we're in it to get, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying like get 5 up front or something daft. I'm just saying like I want to get something out of this game, and if we just sit back and defend the whole time, we're not going to score. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
So, like I said earlier, with the players that they've got, it's not going to be. Not that I'm saying there's anything wrong with our defense, but it's not going to be. We're going to concede. There's not going to be a clean sheet, and it doesn't mean we're not going to score back. It's not me saying I do. It's just going to be a different type of game. Like say, I think we do. I really thought about this. Had discussions with my dad when we were talking about this beforehand, and I actually would keep the same starting 11. I think we played really well, and I think I was tempted to take Lingard out, but I thought he's going to want to play City, isn't he? He's really going to want to play City, and I think we'd have to have him in for that reason, and also not just about, and I said it from the beginning, not just about how the footballing side for Lingard, but also how the teams he's played, the things he's done, international, what he can bring to what is quite a young squad with playing these massive, like big players. And I think I would just keep the same. I'd keep the same starting 11.
And it was a very, very good team. But obviously, Mangala is a player that unfortunately is going to have to miss out Wednesday and likely the weekend. Steve Cooper said that he's going to be out as a case of days and weeks.
Oh, that's good.
Whatever that means.
Language that, I mean, Cooper says months. He's going to play the next game. Realistically, do you know what I mean? Is psychological. I don't know what he does, but I love it every time. And you see them come on, you're like, oh, brilliant. Thought they were out.
What impact do you think that has on the game? Like, as on a personal thing. So let's say you're Pep, right? Or you're, whoever's managing Bournemouth at the weekend now that Parker's gone. I will miss his cardigan, by the way. I really rated that cardigan. But it cost 1.7k for that, right? But that's on a separate note. But let's say you're. It's true. Did you not know that?
We need to know the stats. Everyone needs to know.
It's true. £1,700. Yeah, that's how much he paid for his cardigan. Yeah. You could get the same cardigan without the stripes for like 35 quid on ASOS. But basically, right, just saying, I might have to go and do that. But if you're Pep at the weekend, tomorrow and the weekday, and Steve Cooper's saying this player's not going to return, and let's just say in a theoretical situation, Niakate and Mangala are back tomorrow, but we were saying they're out for another 2 or 3 weeks. What impact do you really think that has on Pep Guardiola? Because he'd be quite confident. I think he's going to be quite confident going in tomorrow that he's just going to chuck a couple of young lads on and just go and get it.
Man, isn't he? He's quite a cocky man in general, in the best of ways. He's got a lot of ways that he can back it up. I think in general as well, not just for Pep, but for other managers, maybe not so much now, but you analyse the other team, you analyse your opponent, you look at who's out injured and who's going to play and prepare for it. And I don't think they're going to know now what Cooper does, that he'll trick you. He'll be like, yeah, no, they're not going to play, and then they just do. They just turn up on the pitch. So they'll be prepared for that. And they're too good a team to not be prepared for that. They're probably expecting it with this, but they're also, I think, where we might exceed in terms of, if we're talking about mentality rather than actual football, is they're expecting a big win, and they're expecting not much from us, which is silly, I think, personally. And from that, and we've exceeded in the past in those situations. Obviously, this is a whole new team, so I can't say the same, that we'll do the same. But in the past, in this situation, I mean, just look at, I know it is Arsenal, not Man City, but Arsenal in the FA Cup. Every time we played them at home, brilliant. And even against Liverpool, we held up really well, and that was with our championship team. And I think from a psychological perspective, they won't be expecting very much from us. They'll be prepared for us. But once, as players start to gel, because like I say, we've got so many new players, we've got a lot of talent in our squad. And I think everyone knows that. Maybe not so much many of the Premier League teams, they might underestimate us a little bit, but we have got a lot of talent, and we just need the time for those players to gel. And I think once that starts happening, I think we're going to be really dangerous. And I've said it from the beginning, and I'll continue to say it. I predicted we finished 13th, maybe a bit naive. I was accused of drinking, actually, on the radio when I said that. So
who said that?
I don't actually know. I probably should have asked who I was talking to when I was on the radio.
Shocking.
You know, who was I talking to? I don't know.
Burnley tosser from Radio 5.
Oh.
I'm not going to repeat what you just said.
Did he say the Burnley tosser? Is that what he said?
No, he would
Who's
never.
the Burnley tosser? Is that?
He would never say words like that. No. But yeah, he did. I said we finished 13th, and I said exactly that. I said we've got a lot of good signings. We'll start a bit shaky, but not because we're not good, because we need time to gel. It's basically a whole new squad, nearly. And when I told him that, he said, if he asked my age, told him I was over 18, and said I'd been on the wine. So when we finish 13th, that will come back to bite him, and I'm confident about that. Doran
Yeah,
Tor,
where's his team?
shout out to him when he said the exact same thing last season when I said we'd finish 4th and we get promoted. Yeah, I made so many TikToks about that. So lesson
bet he
learned.
was
Don't argue
crying.
with me.
I bet he was crying about that. I bet he was
I think he did. I did feel bad after a while because I was like, at what point is this bullying? Like, at what point do I get reported? Like, but it was you couldn't not. Do you know what I mean? If you're
Hey,
gonna,
Door's been bullying me for ages. I just want to say this. Like, Door, I just want to say, if you're listening now, where's this contract that you've been... He said, I'm never coming back on Door on tour again. I'm so upset. I'm
have you been
so
cancelled?
upset. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do because I was really looking forward to it. And I messaged him on WhatsApp and I said, "Oh, Door, when are you getting this contract? It hasn't come in the post yet." And he's like, "Never." And I'm like, "Oh, right, okay." It's like, "Never, ever." And he's like, "Yeah, never." I was like, that's fine. Oh, so much for YouTubers sticking together, right? You know, who needs him? You know. Yeah. Well, talking of another YouTuber, I asked Ez last night about the term free hit in football in terms of Man City. It's a free hit. Let's just get this game over and done with. You know, go to Manchester, just get pissed up and then come home and just go to the Bournemouth game, right? Whereas I don't think that's Steve Cooper's attitude by any means, because when he was asked a question about the Carabao Cup fixture and whether he's just going to go out and experiment, he said, no, we're in it to win it. And that's the mentality we have with every game. So using that, what's your thought on the term free hit? And do you see tomorrow as just a free hit?
No, never. What was Cloughie's phrase? I know it's a bit bold to compare Steve Cooper to Cloughie. It was, if anyone you'd be stupid to underestimate us. No, there we go. I hope no one's stupid enough to underestimate us. Something like
to write us off.
To write us. Thank you. There we go. To write us off.
Gosh.
And that's just it. I like the way Cooper thinks. I don't want. This is such a strange Gen Z phrase to use, but I'm going to use it anyway. I don't want the Premier League to dull his sparkle, right? I think I loved his, like, cocky is not the right word, confident / cocky nature, because realistically in sport, that's what you need. If you go into a game as a manager expecting to lose, why are you there? What are you doing? Why are you going there expecting to lose? That's not your job. You're supposed to go there to win, regardless of who the team is, who you're playing. You're going there to do a job. You're not there like damage control. You're not there to try and make it as been accused of the red wine. It's you have to go there thinking we can win, because if you don't have faith in your team, how are they going to have faith in themselves, and how are the fans going to get behind them? Cooper has a plan. He has a plan. In that interview, he was I don't know what it is, but he's got a plan. And the way he speaks, he drops in phrases like that about having a plan. The man is a magic man. In Cooper, we trust. He's not going to go into this game thinking, right, what are we going to do to survive? Let's not embarrass ourselves. Like he's yeah, exactly. I'm just respectfully look at Bournemouth.
I'm loving the little comments about Scott Parker that are coming out. I can hear them. It's brilliant.
I'm not on the wine. I'm stone cold sober.
That's just what I'm hearing. I'm not saying anything.
You know what? When we win tomorrow, I've changed my mind because you've all said I'm drinking. When we win tomorrow, I'm going to screenshot these, and you're going to be next on my TikTok.
Make it happen, mate. I'm ready for that. If you want to see me on any TikTok, and make it happen. I'm ready. I'm ready.
She really has rosy cheeks.
She said she was going to scrap me in Manchester, so I'm kind of fearing for my life at the moment. I'm feeling danger.
Right. You have to give context. Because otherwise it's going to be, goodness gracious, like they're going to think I'm just a bully. I'm not a bully.
He was
telling me he was going to like ask me very difficult questions on every single signing we've made, which in a normal season and a normal transfer window wouldn't be that awful. This time, we're all struggling to name the players. Let's not lie. Okay?
I haven't even started yet. I've not even got the difficult questions in. But before I do, I just want to tell you another quote from Brian Clough. I don't know if you know this one. Respect your opponents, but don't fear them. Going into Man City, respect your opponents, but don't fear them. And also another one, I'm only bothered about what you can do, not what you can't do. So let's hope they can beat Man City. and I'm sure they can. But we're going to go back to the attacking options bit though, because somebody asked the question of, do we keep Surridge or do we sell him? Now, for me, I'd like to keep Surridge because I think he's clinical. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with him. I think he's a good player and still very useful at this level. But how do you feel about Sam Surridge? Because he's been left out a little bit so far.
He was the player that I was considering bringing into my starting 11.
Ooh.
And he was the one that I was like, should I take out Jay Lings and put in Surridge? I think, like I say, he's very clinical. I rate him. I would like to see him get more time because he came on, didn't he, last time in the 89th minute? Something like that. And I would have liked to have seen him come on earlier. I think he can be a bit, what's the word for the other? I know you're not supposed to fear your opponent, as Cluffy just said, but when he's on the ball, I would fear him. I mean, me personally, obviously would, but I think when he's got the ball, he can score, and I wouldn't want to see him go. He's right up there for me. He is a Premier League player. I want to see him get more game time, personally.
And it's a bit unfair that some of the criticism may be thrown in the way of other players, perhaps, in the past, obviously. And I think Surridge just tends to get overlooked quite a lot. And I've said this before, and people are like, what do you mean nobody overlooks Surridge? And I'm like, well, they quite clearly do, because when you talk about the attackers you're going to put in a first team or, even in the squad, like there's not even a mention of Surridge when what has he actually done wrong other than score goals? And to be honest, I don't think he's recovered from the injury yet. You can just see he's still not in full stride, I don't think. When he had that, I think he had surgery on his groin. He was from surgery back to playing like pretty quickly. Do you know what I mean? So, I think, I think he's a good player. I think
he's got a lot of, like I said, it's not so much that he's got a stick. He's just been forgotten a little bit. Not by Cooper. I'm sure Cooper knows what it is. But I think he's brilliant. Like I say, I only really chose Jay Lings over him in my starting 11 just because, he's got to play City.
Is that the only reason? The sentiment now?
Pardon?
The sentiment in the Premier League now, is there?
Yeah. He needs, and I'm a bit biased. I do love Jesse Lingard. When he did that video, he sort of like won me over as a Forest fan when he announced that video. What is it? Done deal, baby. Let's go. That was like my favorite thing ever. I got my little brother to reenact it. I just say it on the regular. It just it plays on my mind all the time. That was one of the best things. I remember I came home and just saw this video on my phone. I just screamed in the car. Mum thought I was dying, but I was like, "Mum, we've signed Jay Lings. We've signed him." Oh, that was fantastic. Yeah, I managed to get sidetracked there, but no. In conclusion, Surridge must stay, in my opinion.
And in case anybody didn't know, we also signed Jay Lings as well. So if you didn't know, we signed Jay Lings. So whoosh, just go, baby. Yeah, Jay Lings is cool. I like it. I think he was okay at the weekend. I thought second half he was a little bit on a kind of downward period, but I don't know if I still don't know if he's fit enough, really, because he seemed to be running a lot more in that first half, but that second half, there wasn't that much left in him. I didn't feel. That's not a criticism because I thought it was good and decent in the first half, but there wasn't a lot in him there. But the 2-10s wasn't something I expected to see, to be honest. I thought we were going to go for the same midfield three. But obviously, Mangala being out makes some difference, doesn't it? Well, a big difference. But Morgan Gibbs-White, we haven't really covered much of him yet. £25 million, potentially rising to 44.5. But I just want to say it's only going to go to about 35 max because we're not going to get Europe or any of the other things. What do you think about him signing? Massive money signing, most money spent in the club's history. Worth it?
Well, so far from 2 games we've seen him play, pretty hard to say if it's worth it, but I'm going to say it will be, is my opinion. I think just that one moment at Everton where he had that little magic feet, it was just beautiful.
Was it a nutmeg?
I think so. I don't know. I think it was. He just did a little bit of a woo, and I didn't even know where the ball was going. It was just, whoa, go on Gibbs White. And he just came on and did that. I was like, you know what? I rate him already. And I think well, I need, I'm not quite familiar with what all the add-ons are. So I know it can go up to 45 million in theory, but what is it that makes him 35 million?
I think that'll be performances throughout
Yeah.
the season, I can imagine. And maybe, I think Forest surviving as
It's
well.
apparently there's a likely 35, 45, not so much. But then, like,
Yeah.
again, lots of people have been absolutely hammering Forest for signings and the money spending. And that was one of them. A lot of people say, I mean, people went mad about Jay Dings. And then they're talking about Gibbs White, like, why are they spending this much money on Gibbs White? And going, 45 mil. But it's not, is it? It's 25 mil plus maybe another 10. And then, well, after that, probably not. Maybe. Never underestimate Forest, but probably not.
But nobody's talking about how Anthony Gordon could go for 60 million. I mean, like, I'm not comparing the two because different players, but like 60 million for Gordon. Oh, nobody's like battering it. Like, yeah, whatever. But 25 million for Morgan Gibbs White. Oh my God.
Because of who we are. And I think a lot of, I mean, obviously I'm only young. I never got to see the proper glory days, and you've never got to see the proper glory days. I think a lot of modern fans have forgotten who we are. We should never have left the Premier League. And that's actually what Loddy said. We never should have left the Premier League. And that's the thing. We want to stay up. We want to compete. We don't want to be one of those yo-yo clubs. And so like I said, we were the first ever £1 million. We had the first ever £1 million signing. We're not scared of spending big money, and we deserve to be competing. So with all these people slaughtering us for spending money here, there, and everywhere, why not? If we want to compete, we're going to spend the money to compete. You can't expect to compete when you're skimping. I mean, you can make a miracle signing. It does happening where you spend nothing and they're absolutely class. But once you're in the Prem, you want either like Premier League proven players or people who you know are going to perform. So I say keep spending. Marinakis, we love you.
This is, and we do, by the way. So if I ever get to see you, Mr. Marinakis, I'm going to give you a hug, my friend. I mean, I probably won't be able to because his security will probably like kick me in the nose or something like that. Like they're going to be doing some mad stuff. But like, yeah, I think we've made good signings, and we've made signings that needed to happen. I was on a podcast earlier, and the first thing they say to me is, "Oh, Jay, we're going to get in touch with you, and we're going to talk to you about like oh my God, look how many players Forest has signed." And straight from that moment, I'm like, yeah, but do you not understand how many players we lost? We lost 12, 6 in the first team. And, you know, I was worried if we did not win that game at Wembley, we would have been in deep, like trouble. You know what I mean? Like that, we would have been in a lot of trouble. And people that are concerned about, well, what if you go down? Not really a conversation for me at the moment. But what? Oh, you're going to be in trouble, you know? So I think that it's unfair at this moment to judge. Forest have made good signings. Even Conte is saying it. And, you know, the pundits that actually do the research are the ones that will tell you the same thing. And I know that sounds like me kind of saying, just think what I think. But in reality, people say we're doing a Fulham. And if I'm not mistaken, 2013 to 14 season, Crystal Palace actually made 18 signings. So where's the talk about that? I suppose there's not really much, is there? Because we're not Crystal Palace. But Andrew, yeah, thank you for your donation, my friend. Means a lot to me. Big smiles. You don't usually see me smiling like at 9 o'clock at night because I'm usually too tired now. And you wouldn't think I've got an hour's worth of ironing to do after this, would you? You just wouldn't think it, but I do. So thanks for cheering me up. I'll be crying later. So let's have a look at some of these comments then. Simon Jones said that you missed out Niakate at the start of the show.
No, we said Niakate.
I'm sure we said it. Yeah, I'm sure we said
Niakate. He was like my fourth one. But thank you for trying. That sounded so rude. I'm really sorry. Thank you, Simon.
Really rude.
That did. I didn't mean. I'm really sorry.
On behalf of Ellie, I'm really sorry, Simon. Please don't leave because I don't know if Door's on tonight or whoever's on tonight. Stay loyal, please, people. Please stay loyal, and also like the video if you can, because I'm sure that we could make this more of a regular appearance because we've got the hard questions coming up very soon, which I know I've been waiting for this whole time. Now I'm only kidding, but Willy Bolly's coming in. Now there's also been rumours of Che Adams potentially being another link for Forest. Now, I don't know how true that is, so I'm going to kind of step off it a little bit. But What are you laughing at?
I have to say, I didn't even. I'll be honest. I hadn't heard of this rumor about Che Adams until you messaged me, and I was like, I'm gonna have to talk. I haven't heard anything. I was a bit shocked. I was like, oh no, I can't pretend I know much about this because I hadn't heard about it. That's the thing. Like you can't. I think that is just it. I think I'll be the first to admit I'm struggling to keep up this season with everything.
I mean, there is a lot of people being linked, so I'll give you that.
It
But
is
Che
quite
Adams,
difficult to say anything. Like in championship transfer window, you know, when do you remember how shocked we were all then? We were like, wow, we've gone straight and made these signings. And I could keep up then with, you know, rumours and everything. Now, if you're asking me to keep up with like even just the rumours, you're asking a bit too much of me, because if we've made 18 signings alone, plus all the rumours, we're gonna be linked with half of like the world, every footballer ever. It's just I'll admit it. Maybe I'm the only one who will admit it. I will admit defeat sometimes.
it just sounds to me like you don't have notifications on for my YouTube or Twitter. So I've got to say, if you want to be, well, I mean, you can change that right now. Like you've got time.
I will turn on post notifications so I can get the latest.
Guys, yeah, please do that, because, and don't forget, you can do it for YouTube as well. Just click just click it. Just click whatever button you got to click to make it happen. Subscribe, like, and do your thing, and then like you'll never miss an episode, and you'll never end up like Ellie, not knowing all the transfer rumors.
You know what? There's no shame in that.
And
I still managed to waffle on, and you know what? I might not come at you with every single stat I can possibly mention, but who predicted we'd finish 4th and go up? Who predicted we win at Wembley 1-0? Who has been right all along?
So
I said Yates would score, but technically it was like an own goal, but nearly Yates, and Yates kind of took the goal, and I'm going to say Yates, he scored. So for my heart,
you're going to say Yates because Colin Frey said Yates.
Because Yates thought he scored, I think. I'll admit I remember not much of that game, but he did celebrate, didn't he? He swam as well, didn't he? So yeah. So we did think he scored. So actually, I wasn't far wrong. So
yeah, that was a mad day.
That was. You know, I've been actually waiting to tell this story, and no one's asked. And you're going to get the story now because you brought it up. I actually got set on fire at Wembley.
What? Oh, why?
I got set alight. It wasn't even in the ground. So imagine, first time in Wembley in my life. I've refused to go to Wembley for any other reason until Forest are there. First time I spend it in first aid. Right, it was. So I was just, stood there minding my own business, had a drink in hand, not doing anything wrong in the Green Man, and a security guard has taken a pyro, put it on the floor because it was dangerous, but not warned me, and it's just set my jeans on fire.
Oh no!
But I didn't notice that my jeans were on fire. I just thought it was getting hot outside until someone pointed at my jeans. I'm like, oh my goodness! So I've had to pat it out with my hand, and I tell you, I'm getting those jeans signed is the goal, because there's like a big scorch mark where my jeans have got a hole now from where they were on fire, and I made the mistake of drunkenly, perhaps posting a video of me singing "This Girl Is on Fire" whilst filming my jeans, and I woke up to 1 million views.
1 million?
Yes. Well, 960,000 if we're going to be specific. And I intended on deleting it, but I kind of thought it was quite cool, to be honest, so I kept it up. I got a lot of not death threats, that's an exaggeration. A lot of Huddersfield fans saying they were glad. Oh, here, Dad's got the video. There we have it.
What?
Well, these things, they tend to happen to me.
Oh no. These things, sorry, did you just say these things tend to happen? As if like getting your jeans set on fire? Yeah, I go out every day and just somehow like my jeans, they just get set on fire.
I do just manage to get myself in strange positions, like at, what do you call it? It's like Sheffield United. I went on the pitch and I fell down the stairs on my way onto the pitch, and I had like a black mark all the way. I honestly thought that was end game for me. I was like, I'm not going to see us in Wembley. So I had to dive into the side, because obviously I sit in A block, and that's quite a narrow stairway. yeah, watch out for me. But yeah, you know,
Jesus.
so,
Oh, God.
and everyone, obviously quite big men, were like running into the same position I was, and I think physics was not on my side that day, and I got thrown down the stairs. I just saw a woman in front of me rolling down the stairs. Oh look, dad's plugging my TikTok for me. What a legend! There's
Jeez.
the injury. It's
Oh, no.
it's a talent. Honestly, games with me, they're not boring. And like, for example, I can't admit I know my West Ham game. If you were to ask me to give an analysis, unfortunately, I cannot. Or Wembley afterwards doing reviews, and people ask me about like specific players. I spent most of my time with my hand in a glass of water to keep it cool because I. But yeah, there you go. There's a fun little story for you.
Secretly, because you were like, yeah, Wembley, it's a very nice place, isn't it?
Ellie
And
needs to suffer an injury if we win. You know what? Maybe that's it. However, please don't like come pushing me downstairs just in the hopes that we win or anything.
we say you're coming to City to scrap with me, so I'll push you downstairs. Like,
That's what needs to happen.
yeah. Just disclaimer, I would never do that, by the way, for anybody that's going to try and like.
The fact that you had to do a disclaimer. Do I need to do one too? Disclaimer: pyros are not safe. I actually got banned from TikTok for posting a video of me on fire, so I didn't really. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my
Banned for that.
Yeah, I was a victim of that situation. It was worth it though. I wouldn't change it for the world. Imagine you can say your first time at Wembley, you got set on fire.
The head of security would.
Yeah.
Cool.
To be honest, I would just like to say, Ellie, I would not like to imagine my first time at Wembley getting set on fire. But I mean, each to their own, you know. But apparently, according to Andrew Sharp, that's what I'm missing in my life. I'm missing a bit of danger in my life.
I'm sorry. I think Tim Shipman went to the Fulham game and my lass got her head stuck in the sink.
What? How has she done that?
Sorry, were they okay?
She turned into a seagull, man. Oh dear.
Oh my gosh, how has that happened? Oh, that's envy.
Oh dear. So Tim, I just want to ask you, for one, why was her head in the sink? And number two, of what part of a sink do you get your head caught in? Oh, okay, Tim.
I'm so sorry. I really hope she was okay.
It's a bit too late for that now, Ellie. She's crying. Oh God.
Absolutely. Right, okay. Football. Oh, I've actually got tears. Oh, Tim, you've made my night. I'm so sorry if she was injured in that.
I'm starring that comment, by the way. So that's starred. I'm gonna have to pin that comment. I think, yeah, that comment's pinned. So Tim, just
you need to not bring that up again. You won't get me to answer any more questions. Oh, that's my favorite thing.
Let me ask you a football question then.
Yeah.
It still relates to something being on fire, right? wait for it. Brennan Johnson at the weekend was on fire. He was good. Now, is it me or is like every time this guy gets a haircut, like he's getting like insanely better? Do you know what I mean? It was a good haircut, by the way. For anybody that was like going at him,
mullet type thing. I picked up on that. But it's a good haircut, Brennan. I don't know if he's ever going to see this, but we like the haircut.
Probably not going to see it after the conversation we had earlier, you know.
I just love that he folded. Oh, what's it? Oh, why have I forgotten his name? The video that's everywhere. That's it. Oh, that was my favorite thing ever. That was so funny. Nico Williams and Jono. That was a highlight of the game for me. I think that was a highlight for everyone.
Who likes Richarlison? Like, he's a bit of a knob.
Yeah, why did he do that? Respectfully, I mean, he has been slaughtered for it. So I feel I don't really want to. I mean, not that maybe he will see this. Maybe I'll get cancelled by him. But there was no need. Like, you were winning 2-0. Come on now, play football. Be quiet, respectfully. And that's exactly. And David Johnson's tweet was absolutely brilliant. You don't come to City Ground and take the piss. That was fantastic. Excuse my language. I was quoting, so it wasn't me. Blame David Johnson for that one.
Oh, you blaming David Johnson?
No, I should take it back. Oh no, I feel like I've said about 6 things here that could get me cancelled. Oh, that's all right.
But there's one thing that Brian wants to tell you. He got hit by a slice of cheese at a Forest match.
Stop! I'm really struggling to be serious with these comments. How have you? That's.
And Johnny Ollie wants to know who got hit with crackers.
I respect that. That was a good dad joke from Jolly Ollie. Thank you very much.
Oh Jesus! And Tim, I hope you're talking about Richarlison here and not Brian. It's not his fault he got hit by cheese.
Started with all.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, Brian, I hate you. I hope you get cleaned out for getting hit by cheese. You got thrown in Upper Bridgeford as well. That's quite weird. So you're already quite high up.
So it must have been another Forest fan has it in for you, Brian.
Someone's thrown Haribos at me.
Do well for an away fan to throw it up there.
Yeah.
I think
how are they doing that? Are they like frisbee and
whoever's throwing cheese at games, keep doing it. That's quite funny. Was it like it was a slice? Oh, I thought it was like grated cheese, but that makes a bit more sense.
That would be a bit more difficult to throw a precision, you know. I must say though, cheese very expensive at the moment, given the certain economic crisis we're in. So if anybody would like to throw cheese at me at a football match, I want a whole wheel of Stilton. That's all I ask for, or Shropshire Blue. So
how is this? We've started off at a football discussion, and now we're having like a political discussion about cheese.
Cheese. That's what it's what it. This is what the streams come to. You know,
I'm really sorry. I'm not very good at bringing the serious football. I can do that.
Well, I've been told to sit back because apparently you're on fire. Oh, okay. I'm going to sit back actually because Ellie, I'm not going to ask you to name all the players again because it turns out you've missed like all of them here and there.
According to the comments, I've forgotten them all. But
I want to know, name me your entire starting 11.
Oh yeah, I actually forgot. I haven't done. Oh no, but I've done. Oh well, I said. What did I say?
I suppose you've said aspects of it.
I said I'd keep the same starting 11.
Oh, you did, didn't you? You did.
I had a bit of a row, but I'll go. See, I did have I had a bit of like a row with my dad because we were trying to figure out. Because I wanted his opinion. Dad's he knows everything when it comes to football, and I wanted his validation to make sure that I was correcting what I was going to say and not get like, I don't know, Forest fans come for me like, you know nothing. But I have to. I know we lost.
Mm-hmm.
But
what are you going to say next?
Everyone is saying we played well. What's she going to say? Who knows? But everyone's saying we played well, and we did. And I think with a team like City, as you mentioned earlier, it's not going to be goalless. And I think we could sit back more, but I don't really think that's necessarily the best idea for this game. Because sometimes you have to expect. I'm not saying we're going to lose. I've already gone from draw to win, apparently, tonight. But you have to expect that they will score. But just because you're expecting them to score doesn't mean that we're not going to score back, if that makes sense. And I think I don't think anyone really had a bad game when I'm looking. I mean, I think Cook probably shouldn't have tried to get sent off there. If we're honest,
First time. This is not. Have you never seen the time where he handballed it at Bournemouth?
No.
Search up Steve Cook handball in goal against. I can't remember if it was Arsenal. He literally fully jumped for it. This is not the first time he's done
Harry Arter wins that competition by miles. We talk about handball. It was Harry Arter, wasn't it? Handball goal. Was it Harry Arter? That's why when we first signed Harry Arter, we still have him, don't we?
Yeah, he's got an
extension. Yeah, we do actually. Now that I think about it, he's still here. Sorry, Harry.
Don't worry. No, don't say sorry. What are you doing? Why are you saying sorry? He's taking money from the club and doing nothing.
That's true.
Say not sorry.
I take it back, Harry. And also, I still haven't forgiven you for that handball. So I remember it was like I remember it so well. And no, that's the thing. Steve Cook, he was lucky not to get sent off. Even from the stands, I was like, we're going down to 10 men. Like I was convinced, and I was like, with VAR as well, I was like, this is not good. Because I swear, he fully like. Why did he do that?
I don't know how you could even argue it's like a natural position, because who, when they jump, does this? Who jumps like that?
I don't
But
know.
I do want to ask though,
how we got away. Like genuinely, I'm trying to think like what they were thinking. And Harry Kane said afterwards, he was like, if that's not denial of a goal scoring, what's the phrase? Opportunity. I forgot the word. Then I don't know what is. And he's quite right, to be honest.
what do you really think Harry Kane was going to jump and head that? Because for me, Cook was going to get it on his head if he didn't get it on his hand like an absolute idiot, right? But I don't know why he had his hand up there, right? But that's another story, and it was an accident or whatever. But you know, you've got to look at it and go, well, hold on. Do you actually think Harry Kane was going to beat him to that? Because for me, I don't think he would have.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I hate to say it, but I was, for the first time in a long time, referees have been quite nice to us, if we're honest.
Do you think that Craig Pawson was nice?
No.
For a second goal.
But, no, yeah, that's true. Actually, I forgot about that. Yeah, no, that was not good. But if we're in the grand scheme of things, compared to not last season, the season before, if we think about how, God, I used to like, Forest used to make me cry, and it wasn't even like the players' fault. I just remember the amount of decisions that just wouldn't go our way at all. Do you remember, like,
Bournemouth.
awful. And now, at least, I mean, I know it's not great, but we have got away with one every now and then, which is probably not ideal. But compared to where we were, what season was it? Like 19, 20, everything was just not going our way, was it? It just fell off.
Well, I mean, I'm listening to what your dad's saying now. I want to hear what he's saying as well, because he's making good input, actually.
He actually is. Should we get Dad on the stream? Should we get Father Mollo?
Come on, Father Mollo.
Father Mollo.
I haven't done my hair.
He hasn't done his hair. Is what he said.
He's doing his hair. He hasn't done his hair. Do you want to? All right, I'll tell you my routine in the morning.
That's why it says Ellie, but no Mollo. But now it's Ellie. Wait, hang on. Have I done this the right way? Yeah, I have. Now it's Ellie and Mollo.
Good afternoon.
It's the complete set.
There we go.
It's the complete set.
Hello.
Hiya, mate. How you doing?
Also
Very well,
known
thank
as
you.
Ray.
First time I've heard you.
Mollo's got fans.
It's good to have you here. Look. We've got both generations now of Mollos, right?
Yeah, so I'm old school. I remember most of the glory days and going to places like Man City expecting to hammer them.
Hey, what are you saying?
You still do, and she hasn't been drinking. I can vouch for this.
You can. Sobriety tonight.
I've heard red wine. I've heard WKD. I've heard
WKD.
whiskey sours mentioned. Yeah.
It is a Tuesday night. Thank you very much.
Brian. Oh, look, Brian. He recognised. Oh, gosh. That's scary. So if someone watches lots of the YouTube.
Bob's.
Syrup.
Yeah, Brian, how do you know Bob? And how do you... Brian knows.
Long story short,
we got this.
a good friend of mine does a YouTube channel who you might know quite well.
Oh, what's his name? Hold on.
Rhymes with bore.
Oh, that
Did it
was
rhyme with snore?
Rhymes with bore.
I want to be no part of this, by the way, Dor. Give me the contract. I am not part of this. Like, I did not say it. I said snore.
And my name on there was for ages was Bob. Because I couldn't use my real name because of the job I used to do. But now I don't care.
He's come out of the shadows now.
Wow.
He's come out.
He's ready for fame now.
Yeah, and it's Ellie's fault. I feel not Ellie's fault. It's my fault that Ellie is this Forest nut these days. He's nearly as bad as me.
No, I used to hate him for it. I can't lie. We used to refer to it as. Actually, that's quite a strong term. I'm not going to say that.
Hate your own dad.
Is it your fault that she's a pyromaniac? You know, like what is that your fault as well?
I wasn't paying attention. To be fair, I saw it happen and didn't actually react very quickly because I was a few yards away.
It happened.
She had her back to this guy that had there was very overzealous security guys in the garden of the Green Man, and every time anyone let off a pyro, they were running over, and it was getting more and more physical, I would say. And the final one, this guy ran over, grabbed the bloke, pulled the pyro and just threw it randomly behind him when Ellie had her back to him, so it dropped and hit Ellie. And
So,
That's not funny. That's not funny.
it's really-
When it all settled down, after about 10 minutes, very strong words were had with the security
It
guy,
was
should we
so-
say?
I think the best bit is I went over to Dad afterwards because I was in shock. I was a bit confused as to what had just happened, and I had a few too many J2Os, let's say. And so I put it out. I was like, Dad, I've just been set on fire, and he's a bit like what? So we go to the bar and he just throws some water over me. And I had a little crowd because if we're honest, I'm 19, but I do look about 12 years old, especially in person. I'm quite on the short side.
Gets
So
a hype from me.
all these people around like, oh my God, is she okay? And there's another video of me going, yeah, I'm all right. It's for Forest. Wembley! With like a bag of ice on my neck.
I remember Brian that just commented from Peterborough away. He asked how your international cricket career is.
Yeah. Tell us about your international. I'm yeah.
Well,
it's not.
It's stalled at the moment thanks to the red tape of the Italian consulate.
Oh,
So-
bloody Italian! Oh, the Italian
Ooh.
consulate, not Italian consulate.
Yeah,
Italian consulate. Why? What have they done? What
They're
have they
very
done?
backlogged at the minute, so
Oh,
they're trying to push through Ellie's Italian dual citizenship so she can play cricket for the Italian women team.
Is this seriously?
Yeah, it's true.
Wow.
It sounds really impressive. If you go on YouTube and look up Italian women's cricket, your average under 15 ladies team in England would give them a very good game.
I think they're fantastic.
Yeah,
And
obviously.
I
And Ellie's
think-
looking to play
And
for
I
them.
think the best people in the world play for that team.
Of course,
I
sorry.
can get scouted for that team.
I'm just looking for a way to go, excuse to visit Italy.
Wow.
There you go.
So-
You've got
So
my
who's Italian then? Who's Italian? Are you Italian?
My wife's family side.
He's actually not
Wow.
Mediterranean.
No, I just look Italian. That's how we
Yeah, I
got
was
together.
going to say. I thought you looked
Yeah.
at. I thought if I'd looked at it, I would have gone.
Yeah, everyone
Buongiorno.
does. When we
Right.
go on holiday to places like Italy or Spain or wherever, back when we could, the locals come up and start speaking to us in the local language. So,
And you're just there like,
it's my wife who's the Italian, but we're going to get Italian passports eventually, as well as British, of course.
this is. I thought you actually had an Italy shirt on for a moment, and then I
No,
looked and thought it was
gosh,
Tommy
no.
Hilfiger for a minute. I don't know why.
No, just a
No.
warm T-shirt. Because
It's,
where did we go earlier? I can't remember, but I needed a T-shirt and I just grabbed the nearest thing. So apologies. I would have worn a Forest if I'd known I'd be dragged on.
Oh, we should have brought Magic
well,
back.
I've got a
The
Labatt's one. You can borrow here if you want. Nick. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, but it's what was I going to
Is
say?
that an original? Oh,
This is an original.
Is it?
Oh,
It is an
okay.
original.
Fair
It is.
enough. Fair enough.
Got the yellow
one was
original.
on- this T-shirt was on the pitch at Peterborough back in the day.
I wasn't there.
Three times in one game.
3 times in one game.
Yeah,
Why?
it was all a bit, it's going back. It's not like now where pitch invasions are not very appropriate. Back then, and I don't condone any idea of a pitch invasion whatsoever, but
Yes, he does. He does.
back in the day, we were 2-0 down to Peterborough, and when we got back to 2-2, there was a bit of a pitch invasion. I think it was about the 87th minute. Then Collymore scored the winner in like the 90 whatever minute, and the whole sort of Forest, well, I say Forest end, we had 3 sides of the ground, kind of emptied onto the pitch. And after about 10 minutes of clearing the pitch, then the third pitch invasion came. But the problem was I had to climb over a fence for the first pitch invasion. So I'm not
Wow.
climbing back over. So we went into a different stand. So I actually went in 3 different stands in one game because we went into the seated bit for a little while. And then after the second pitch invasion, we went over to the side terrace. So happy days. But it's not like that anymore. It was very, very, how can you put it? It's, that is not an Italian.
Hey, Buongiorno is Italian. That's right.
Where's that? Buongiorno is.
Buongiorno's Italian. You know what,
Got
Tim?
the accent right.
Yeah, Buongiorno is Italian.
Can't just
What do you mean?
Brilliant. I better leave you youngsters to it. You want to be reminiscing about things that before you were born.
You do.
Otherwise, I might talk about European tours and then I'll get into trouble.
Oh, because my dad always goes to me. He always he said to me the other day, he went, "Look, Jay, I've been watching Forest way longer than you. I know what I'm talking about." I'm like, how does a team from 1983 even matter to how we're playing now? And I'm just saying,
There you go.
not in terms of historical achievement, but just in terms of our form now. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm going to message Gary Bale and be
fairness-
like,
In fairness,
now?
at Wembley, we had one of the original Forest old boys sat with us, who's I think he's 67, 68. And he reckoned, and he went to every European final and whatnot, And he reckoned, and every Wembley final, that was the best day out, even though the match was rubbish, he'd had with Forest. And I can go with that. Because I think it was 18 of us sat together. And at the final whistle, it was calm. Just some terrible footage going around of some grown men from some of the tougher parts of the county, should we say, crying their eyes out. Not me. I just had
reputation ruined. Oh, you was crying. We caught you crying.
I did the right thing. I filmed it. It was just amazing. Thing is, a lot of people around me were crying, and I was just there like, just like all over the place.
Without naming names, and I won't name names just in case, but one of our very good friends, who's like an uncle to Ellie, he's a good guy but tough as nails, and he was sobbing. There's a video of him sobbing like a 5-year-old. It's absolutely brilliant. Like, bottom lip, everything.
But you know what though? We've got something over Derby, because when we cried on the telly, it's because we were going on. When we cried on telly,
we've got everything over Derby.
This is it. And even Doran's comment, look, he needs to give me the contract. Doran Tour, stop bullying me.
Legend. Don't worry, Dor. We'll be there. Just to say, throw it away from football for 2 seconds. Trent Rockets are now champions of they've qualified top because of the result tonight.
They are. Oh wow!
It went to the last game, last ball. One run needed, 1 wicket left, and 1 ball.
Nice.
So finally, a close game in the 100. There we go.
Let's go. I mean, I'm not the biggest cricket fan by any means, and that's not to say I don't like cricket, because I've only been to watch one game, and it was New Zealand against England, and then it was Bairstow that just hit them.
That was amazing.
It was the test. That match. That was my first game. Sat there with a pizza with my mates and a beer, just like.
And you didn't like? Did you love it?
A beer.
It was wicked. Yeah.
I nearly got hit with a ball on day 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Not
I was recuperating from illness. At Trent Bridge, and a ball was hit for 6. And I was like, I've always wanted to catch a ball at Trent Bridge, but I knew I couldn't be seen on the telly, so I ducked.
You went for the header, like.
Yeah.
It's been a good year for Nottingham, hasn't it?
Yeah. And how lucky are we to have 3 sporting stadiums in the local area?
I didn't grow up
Panthers,
in Nottingham.
Trent Bridge, and the City Ground.
Yeah, and then there's just some like random box as well.
There's a non-league Sabutio stadium.
Not Sabutio.
I can't help really. I respect county fans, and I feel like
I respect county, but not their fans. I'm just saying this now. Like a lot of their fans.
The reason I respect them is because it must be really hard to support county.
Clearly, that's why in my lifetime they've lost about 15,000 fans on average. So yeah.
So I know I'm not supposed to respect them, but I can't help but it's a bit pity.
Just say something about the old manager on Twitter, and they'll come for you. Trust me.
Yeah, always. Andrew Sharp. Is that Sharpie? I was at Grimsby, Derby, and Peterborough back in the days. Great days.
Is this a reunion?
This could be something like that. Sharpie, did you happen to be a left back for your school team who was quite tall with blonde hair at the time?
Who is this?
What's going on? Right, I can't remember people from last year. You're talking about like back in the day. You know what I mean? Like,
you had to be careful there, didn't you? You had to be careful not to call him old.
No, you're not old. Like I'm not going to guess your age, but you're not old. You're not old. Like
I feel old. 19-year-old daughter.
No, I'm going to say like. No, I don't want to say it.
Yeah, Bowley. I saw that Bowley confirmed for just over 2 million plus another
medical tomorrow. Medical tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. So it could rise to 4.5, but 2.5 for now.
Yeah.
What do you both think about that?
So what's that? 19th signing.
Oh, don't go there again.
Should we name them all again?
No.
I tried to give us some advice to start at the back and work our way through the positions.
I did, and then I did, and then I didn't.
Yeah.
We were one player off, like.
That's quite close. I still don't know who we forgot. Wait, no.
Sharpie was a left back, but he had dark hair. It's a different Sharpie. It's got to be.
Respect.
Nah, maybe you're just thinking of all the new left backs with the Foden haircut. Are you sure he didn't have dark hair?
No, I'm pretty sure. And he was a big Forest fan. Well, in fact, it might be a different Sharp, because this Sharpie, as a youngster, was a little bit of a Leeds sympathiser as well. But I don't want to name the school that I would have known him from, but Did you go, if it is the right Sharpie, did you go to a school very near to Harvey Haddon Stadium, shall we say? Sorry.
Oh, where is this? I don't know where that is. I'm a chill old lad.
Middle of Nottingham.
Cryptic code.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm
not
new
the
ass
top
now.
of it.
Let's go.
Yeah, middle of Nottingham. But
Who's Wolverine?
Yeah,
Wolverine-
why is Wolverine? And I love Wolverine. He's a nice guy, but like he never seems to be happy at the moment. To be honest, like when we signed Loddy, he was like, "Yes, we signed Loddy. Let's go." And then now he's like, "Oh, I don't like this guy. I don't like him." Or when like Worrell the other weekend, he was like laying into it. And I'm like, "Whoa!" Like,
laying into Worrell.
yeah. There was quite a lot of criticism.
Well, he got named in the Premiership Team of the Weekend this weekend, hasn't he?
Did nobody see that slide tackle in the box? Very, very clean. All I'm saying is I might be playing in goal this Saturday, but manager, if you're listening, I'm going to be doing it. So I can save penalties. It's fine.
Over Hendo,
Me over Hendo?
of course.
Not a question, mate. Not a question. Hendo can already warm that seat up for me.
Best
You know,
signing so far, Henderson.
Oh God, yeah. That's
Although, not to compare, have you seen the stuff doing the rounds about Bree Samber's save at the weekend?
No?
Incredible save, bottom corner. It's like, to be fair, it was a harder shot to save than the first goal against Tottenham, dare I say. Unbelievable. If you have a look, it's knocking out. I think, what's his face? Lyle Taylor commented on it, so it's kind of appeared everywhere. And also, agree with what that person said. Not Basil Bowley's just more of the same, isn't he? Isn't it Basil Bowley? I wish it was Basil Bowley. Sorry. Willie Bowley. He's just another big, strong centre-back with not a great deal of pace, isn't he? But good on the ball.
Jafet Tanganga, I would have liked a little bit more. Jafet Tanganga. That's only because I've been watching highlights of him today, and I've been like, yeah, this guy's an absolute like shit house. Like you see that tackle on Zaha where it's like it's not even a tackle. I mean, he did get redded for that, but like it was just funny. Like he's just a passionate guy, but he wants to go to AC Milan, and to be honest, AC Milan, like they won the Scudetto or whatever it was called. Like, why would he want to come to Forest at this point in time? Not saying we can't be at that level, but like right now,
really Steve Cooper with his powers of persuasion. I have full faith in that man to sign who he wants.
Oh, if Steve Cooper rang me up, right, you know, and he was like, "Come and join us," like centre back, I'd be like,
much sought after Jay Martin.
I've heard they want me at centre back. It's just I already play for Cole.
He's playing everywhere. He's like Ryan Yates. What was it? Striker earlier, in goal, and centre back now. What else do you
Joe
need?
Worrell's in goal as well. Stoke, you know. Do you remember that? That
Joe
horrible.
In goal.
When he was at Stoke.
Oh no,
That's when I knew we were getting promoted.
That was so
Yeah.
good.
But that was the worst time of my life. I was just looking at I was thinking to myself, what has actually just happened? Like we're playing Stoke and Joe Worrell is now in goal. I'm just thinking to myself, Jesus, no.
I can't remember how did he get sent off again?
Because he ran out his area and slapped a player and it was sheep, wasn't it? He went down.
He's supposed. Oh, that's it. That was so.
It was it's what they call in ice hockey a glove wash, wasn't it? He didn't actually hit him. He was like, but he went down like a Richarlison.
He did do a Richarlison. Yeah, that was.
We missed Samba, but Hendo, my
step up,
goodness gracious, is he class? And I was reading at it. So Harry Kane has not missed the last 21 of his penalties, and who's going to stop him?
Yeah, we got a habit of that though. Mark Crosley did the same with Gary Lineker, didn't he? And Matt Letizia. Tim Shipman's throwing out all the best Cloughy quotes I see.
I don't know if I'll get demonetised for this, but we'll give it a chance. There we go.
It's worth it.
I'll let it off for this episode. I think I'm going to have to do. Southampton beating Chelsea.
I know. Yeah, there's some weird scores going on. Fulham are beating Brighton as well.
My FPL is going to be so finished. Oh no, full time.
My fantasy Premier League is just gone.
Because that's what matters the most.
No, it's not. But I'm quite a competitive person. I don't really like losing, and I've never had it until this season because I didn't want it until we were in the Prem, and I didn't understand the rules. I didn't realise you're supposed to select a team. So in the first week, Mo Salah was not playing. Rondon. He was playing despite the fact he was suspended. It was just a bit rough my first week, so my stats are looking quite shocking. But other than the first week, it's okay. To us youngsters, FPL was like your social status. If you're good at FPL, you're just cool.
We've got a school one at the moment.
Play any of that fantasy football stuff?
Oh, come on!
Ever since.
Come on, get off! Don't.
No, not that, not because I'm old. But
I'm not saying that. Don't try that.
You've got to know where this is coming from, because they what's his name, Badil and Skinner on their fantasy football show slagged off and tried to humiliate Jason Lee, who was a proper, honest, cracking player for Forest, who we wouldn't have got promoted at Peterborough if it wasn't for his chest down for the run through for Collingwood. So when they did that, that was me done. I thought, right, anything to do. Obviously, they brought out a great song a few years later, which was annoying, but can't. And David Baddiel, anyway, I'll let it go now.
No. I've got this question.
I have no idea.
What?
You mean that?
No, I have to say, sometimes I nod because I'm too young for some of the comments. But what three players, I'm assuming you've got three. If you haven't got three, I'll be disappointed. Mm-hmm. What three players have you got in your FPL from Forest?
McKenna, Johnson and Henderson.
Ooh, good choice.
Good choice.
And I'm going to and Johnson's on the first team because St. Maximin's got a hamstring injury. So...
Well, I always keep my top three in the. That's probably where I'm going wrong. No, I take it back. That's where I'm going right. I always put the top three, my three Forest players, in my starting 11 every time.
Always.
I've got always. They will be for the Man City game, and I don't care.
I've captained Jono, so he's got to perform. He's got to produce. I'm just saying this. If you're listening now, Jono, I mean, you probably won't be because of obvious reasons to do with certain
they're on tour fans, to be fair.
That's so cool.
Wow. Well, yeah, they're all on tour, aren't they? It's I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough for that. So
Your time.
Yeah, maybe one day Dave will comment on one of these streams. Who knows? But like
Kevin Campbell on.
Oh yeah, I'd love to get Kevin Campbell on. Legend.
Cool. Legend.
I just love how it's casually, like it's like 9:30 at night, and he's just got like a Dickie bow on, like it's Dickie bow Thursday.
He's just the nicest guy as well. Mm. He's such my son, who's 8, and he's just getting into Forest a little bit. If you ask him who his favourite Forest player is, I'll always still say Kevin Campbell, because when he met him, he was so nice to him and stuff. He's just he's just a lovely guy, to be fair. And obviously, he's not exactly a Forest legend in one way, but he had a legendary season, to be fair. But I should leave you youngsters to it. And whoever it was that was slating Yates for his finishing up there, you got to be there to make the finishes. You got to be there. The way he was superb the other day. Yes.
Oh no.
Oh dear, I'm going to struggle here.
It says Yates is missing 2 minutes.
No, I can read that. It's the name you don't know.
Just in case, Mollo, you can't read English. That's
Hanachi, yeah. Yeah, that's the last time I ever helped you with any of your work. Yeah, I get what she said about Yates missing. It shouldn't be in the first 11. I'm sorry, you don't watch football. I watched the game live. I watched the game on TV again later when I got home. And just because I wanted to hear what Big Ears had to say, I watched the highlights of Match of the Day. Yates was class. Looked like he'd been playing in Premier League all his life. I love Yates, but I thought he would take time to adapt to it. But he hasn't at all. He's been like a duck to water. Amazing.
You just said Big Ears. On behalf of big-eared people, I'm offended.
You're representing.
So, Gary Lineker and Prince Charles.
Mr. Lineker.
Yeah, I was going to say me, Prince Charles, and Gary Lineker were all pretty close. You know what I mean? So, no, I'm kidding.
I think I said in my pre-season predictions he would be our most improved player. However, I think I've gone wrong because he started significantly better than I thought. I have faith in Yates. I think at Everton, a lot of people were saying when Mangala came off, it did change the game. But I think, I think that was more a 1 year more than anything. But I think Yatesy I think he's class, and I think he's still got more to go, and he's really showing everyone. This is the mistake people have made before, even in a championship, when everyone was saying, "Oh, Yatesy's not good enough," look what happened.
First name on the team sheet. Well, apart from goalkeeper, if you're doing it in the right order, of course. But Yatesy, first name on the team sheet for every manager as well. That tells you everything, doesn't it? And he got injured and he got his 10, 15 minutes at the end of the Everton game was superb. And now he's first name on the team sheet again. So
He's hit the ground running. I think you could say, because coming back from the injury that he had, which I think was a knee ligament injury, it may have been. I think it was. I think he was just like a bruise
like
to
that.
it, or a strain, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's a pretty, it's a pretty hard injury to come back from and performing that way. How he did against Everton to start with. My only problem is sometimes hands all over players. That really makes me sit there and be like, "Oh, get your hands off him, please don't," because you're going to concede
breaks
a
up the
penalty.
play, though, doesn't
Don't
it?
foul.
Breaks up the play.
Yeah.
It's true. Sometimes you need
And
a foul.
to James Swain, just to say, these tops, they're impossible to get the originals now. This is yours for 250 quid. I need the cash at the moment. One of my cars, both of my cars have just failed their MOT. So
No, this
all
is
yours.
my magic.
It's not yours. I lend it you.
Yeah, but I've
Stolen it.
Yeah, I have stolen
Yeah, all
it.
my old Forest tops in my wardrobe, I had a big pile of them. It's no longer a big pile. And then pictures from Wembley, and you're wearing another one of my old Forest tops.
Yeah, but did we not win? I think it was my magic shirt and magic bucket hat combo. Thank you.
Magic bucket hat combo. Look at
The
that. And the only
magic
thing
part-
that didn't happen was it didn't get set on fire to make it that
To
little
be
bit
fair,
more.
that bucket hat has been worn by Stuart Pearce
My
yeah,
actual bucket hat
with photographic evidence.
on
And
his head.
at Splendour, this might not mean much to you young folk, but Bez
Ooh.
from Happy Mondays put it on.
On the stage,
On
whilst he
stage
was
when he
having a
was
bit
on-
of a
yeah.
boogie. That was extremely cool.
I do know Happy Mondays, actually. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
Oh, there we go.
You know Happy
I
Mondays.
say it like I don't know why.
Like,
I
yeah,
have to
you know,
support right now, yeah,
Happy
back in my
I can't
day.
think of a swear word that ends in L that's got that many letters from Brian.
Bob, you still.
X.
I think you meant to say cool.
5XL? Or is it, or do you, that's a good question, actually. In the XL bit, right? When you say 5XL,
Oh,
you're
my
not
size. He's right. Yeah. I get it. It's a shirt size. Yeah. That's why she can wear it as a dress and why I can't wear it anymore.
What did you think it
That was
was?
very good, Brian. I like that. I remember you were a funny guy.
I see a scrap coming on now. It's
Fair play. I get it now.
Undercard.
Sorry.
No,
Oh.
Lee still.
Lee's.
Yeah, I get it.
Thank you for pointing that one out, Lee. I don't think we got that one before.
This is actually Lee's this is his shirt. He donated these. So, Phil, thank
Did
you
he?
for the donation. Yeah, and I quite like oversized shirts and stuff. So because I'm a medium, but these are in a large, it's absolutely banging. So
To be fair, I think that is still actually because I was the same when I was young. I wanted them to be bigger because, as sad as it is, if it was dead cold I remember being freezing cold at West Brom, for instance, you could put a jumper on underneath. So I always bought my shirts way too big. So it worked perfectly, but I still can't wear it now because Brian's hit the nail on the head. There's about 5Xs, wasn't there? And that one's only large.
do they?
Ben and Psycho, guys, how much? Is he trying to buy the shirt?
No, we're trying. The plan
the
is
hat.
the plan is with the bucket hat to get it as many of the Forest players with a picture in it as possible. We got a picture of Viv Anderson with it, but he wouldn't wear it.
I know. I was like,
Why not?
He chickened
Viv,
out.
Psycho wore his hat.
He had a load of Everton fans with him, and when we bumped into him, we were like, "Got
Oh,
a
yeah, we
picture."
bumped
And he
into
said,
him,
"Oh,
didn't
this hat, Stuart Pearce has worn it, and everyone would you?" And he's like, "No." All his Everton mates were going, "No, mate, don't." And it was because he lives
Didn't
up
get
that way, doesn't he, Viv?
They
But,
had the audacity, like, do you know who this man is? Yeah.
I think so. He's a man who never
Think-
ever have to buy a
think we
beer
do.
in Nottingham. But
I
do you know
quite
what was
like
weird
that.
about Viv Anderson? Like, he's a total legend. And when I was dead young, he was in the Forest team. He looked younger than any of the players who
He does
retired.
look
a few
young,
years
doesn't he?
He looks unbelievable. He looks like
Yeah.
he'd still be playing in a vets team. I was like, hang on, he's got 15 years on me, and he looks 10 years younger.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about how old he is. Because
Yeah,
he does look probably. He's looking good, Viv.
all right. He's
Yeah.
old for it. Oh, no, he's double
no,
European Cup win. That's fine. Actually.
no.
Okay, so we've got lots of stalking stories at the moment. I know now.
Yeah.
So in that,
You know
yeah,
what?
you know,
It works
you know
both
what I'm
ways,
talking
though.
about.
No,
Let's just
hang on.
say, I've got to phrase this very carefully. There was a young Sheffield Wednesday player that was showing a very what's the word? Right, polite, but interest in a certain person.
Are they a lone player by any chance?
I'm not.
Why?
No comment.
Oh, there we go. Because I already know, so I've already heard part of this story.
No comment.
But
But
no,
he's a
'cause
lovely guy.
Here's a point to make.
No, Ellie, you can't give away their
No,
identity.
no. Oh my goodness
Okay.
gracious. As I think something worth mentioning, as a female fan, and it happens like when we met Viv Anderson, it was like, do you know who he is? Do you know this, that, and the other? And I've bumped into
Yeah, but they're
Forest
Everton fans. They don't really
That's
know
true.
much anyway.
Oh, that's not very nice, no. But I like bumped into Forest players before, and obviously I'm a fan. I want a photo, and I won't, cause it. I'll ask politely. But then sometimes people will come up to me, other fans, by the way, and assume that I'm looking for something else, and that I think is a bit.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it's not like assume like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about.
She's not, by the way, but I've told her she needs to marry a Forest player that's in the first team.
I'm not a gold digger. I'm just a fan.
I'm joking.
He's joking. I'm just a fan. I think I have to clear that up because I am just a fan, but I do get accused just
You're
because
a
I go
supporter.
to games.
You're a
A
supporter,
supporter,
not a fan.
exactly. So like, I do get accused by other supporters of having different intentions and just wanting, and it's a
That's just
crazy
blatant
thing.
sexism, though, isn't it?
Exactly.
That's all.
So if I ever bump into a Forest player, just know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
a supporter.
can verify, and certainly her mum can. Ellie is just as passionate about Forest now as I was at that age. I've been battered too many times by the results. I'm still cynical, but we're going to draw 0-0 tomorrow. Clean sheet.
But Ellie, let me ask you this, because I know that you this all brings us to a good point. You're an ambassador for her game too, is it?
Yes.
So tell us a bit more about that, because actually as well, I just want to point this out, and this is definitely, it would be good to have you on again soon, because you're the first female panelist we've ever actually had on the show. I know, which is crazy. And that's, you're the first that we've ever had on the show, and it's good to, hear your views. But tell us a bit more about her game too.
So her game two essentially is just a campaign against sexism in football, and all the merch that we sell, profits go towards grassroots women's football, and it has now branched out into cricket as well. And in the campaign, I think a lot of people, now that we've grown to be quite big, we are now a national campaign, and it has spread at a rate which is ridiculous. It's only 1 year old, would you believe? All of us are volunteers. We don't get the freebies that people have accused me of getting. We do it all just because we want. I've been very, very fortunate, and I said this on the radio, to have Father Mollo, who has been incredibly supportive, and I can feel pretty much safe at football because I go every week, and not the majority of girls, unfortunately, don't quite have that. So we just basically want to make it a safe space for everybody. So yeah, there's her game too. If
Love
it's
it.
worth a follow, and if you want to contact us about anything, please do give us any ideas, things we might not have thought of. We want to hear it. But yeah, there you go. Plug.
And how could someone contact you? Sorry,
Oh, that's a good point.
with any.
Really just said contact. I have Twitter. If you follow me, it's Ellie Mollison, or her game too. If you follow them, there is an official email address now that you can contact with any queries or any ideas or anything, because we do listen to sometimes it's quite hard listening to what people have to say, but we do any opportunity to help women and girls in sport. We would love to help out where we can. So please feel free to give us any ideas and any feedback. We want to hear it.
Well, I'm sure that we can, we can come up with something for sure between us all, because I think we can all 100% get behind that campaign. Football is for everyone, sport is for everyone, and it's for everybody to enjoy. So let's all get behind that. And also, I want to just ask the chat, if you can comment, a thumbs up, whatever you want to do. Do you want to see another Ellie and Jamie podcast? Do you want to see this happen? Because I think this has been it's almost been live at the Apollo for half of it, and then football chat for the other half. So, I mean, I'm not exactly Romesh Ranganathan, but like, we're giving something here. We're giving something. We're giving some comedic value to the show.
No, I think who was it? Was it Brian who told me about the sink? That was the best.
No, it was Tim. It was Tim.
He's just...
It was Tim. It's Tim's wife.
Oh,
It was Tim's wife or daughter.
I'm sorry, Tim.
But how do you get your head caught in a sink?
But
I don't get how that
you
works.
just made my dad absolutely. I brought it up. My dad is just choked everywhere. But yeah, that was. Thank you, Tim, for definitely the highlight of my day, the highlight of my week. That's the best thing I think I've ever heard. I mean, you.
Well, Ellie, I want to ask you a question then. Now we donate money to charities. We donate half of everything that we earn to charity. But I'm going to now say, let's donate all of it to charity. So at the moment we've got £70 in the pot. Okay, £70 raised so far this month. Okay, so if we split that, is there a way you can donate to Her Game too? Then?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, thank you. So that would be amazing.
Cool.
I will get in
Okay.
touch with the girls and definitely thank you so much.
Yeah, if you send me a donation link, we'll do that then, because we've got £70. At the end of this month, I'm going to be releasing screenshots and all kinds of things to let you know that we have, that we have donated and stuff. We will do that. So £35 of the current earnings will go to mine charity, and then the other 35 to Her Game too as well. So we'll do that. That sounds like a good idea. So we're going to donate 100% to charity from now on. That sounds like a better idea, because to be honest, YouTube money is like, it's donations to people and stuff. So I appreciate your donations, everyone. And don't forget, we're going to donate half to mine and half to Her Game too. Sounds like a really good idea, because I've got a cousin, and this is a big shout out to Charlie Jane. Now, she'll never listen to this because she'll be like so totally embarrassed, because she's like so cool and stuff. Like, she's so wicked and all that. So she'll be thinking, oh, it's so embarrassing. But she does rugby, football, everything. And she's done so amazing in all of them. So, if that's not an inspiration, and also the stuff that you're doing as well, then I don't know what is. So, Ez, thank you for your donation, and also your suggestion as well. That Ez suggested that. So yeah, we're going to do that donation then. If you send me that link, make it happen. We will make it happen.
Thank you so much. That's
okay.
Brilliant. Thank you.
It's all right. It's all right. I mean, I'm getting to Manchester at 4 tomorrow, and I know you want to scrap at 5. But to be honest, to be honest with you, I'm a little bit scared. So I want to make it at least 6:30, because I've got to do some training first.
I think I'm deceptively small. Every time I've met someone who's not met me in real life, the first thing they say is, "Oh God, you're short." Didn't need that. Thanks, mate. But
so yeah, nice to meet you. But like, you're really like, do you know that?
I know. I didn't actually notice that before you said. I'll work on it. I'll grow tonight. Actually, just for you.
Wait, I'm small. This whole time I've thought I'm 6'3". Like, oh, what do you mean? What's going on? And Andrew's donated £2 here. So thank you, Andrew, for your donation.
Thank you, Andrew.
It looks like we've got to do another podcast then. We've got to do another one. Another one? Oh, my goodness. Well, I don't know when you're next free to do another podcast. Let me know. We're doing another one Thursday, if you're about Thursday. I don't know if you are. But Joe here has donated £5 as well. So, Joe, thank you so much for your kind donation. Amazing. We're going to make sure it happens. God, I was nearly going to cough then. Yeah, getting dry mouth now. But I appreciate your donation, Joe. And also, I have to meet you at one of the games, because I keep seeing pictures of you all around Twitter, and I'm like, mate, I was there 5 minutes ago. Like, where is everybody? It's like I'm just walking around there and like avoiding him. Like, oof, look at him, he's horrible. But yeah, it'd be good to meet you, and you, Ez, actually, it'd be good to meet you. And Ellie, if you're at any of the games, let me know. Are you there Saturday?
Yeah, I will be.
There we go. I've got a run.
Away games. I'm trying my best. Away games.
Marlo, get her in the suitcase. Get her there.
No, Dad's managed to get a ticket and I didn't. So Dad's originally say I'd sit with the City fans, but Dad suggested that wasn't the best idea.
Well, I mean, they're not real fans, are they? But
that's my words exactly. Respectfully, before I get cancelled by the whole of Manchester, or half of Manchester, should I say, I said if it's going to be dangerous, it's not going to be City fans. Respectfully, they'll be there with like their clappers, so it'll be all right. But Dad didn't
Shots
quite agree.
fired. It looks like she's not scrapping me at Manchester. It looks like she's scrapping, like 500 people, which is like half the fan base. So, Ellie, you're a wanted person in Manchester right now. So I don't want to go any further with that because that is going to dangerous territory. But Mona, I'm going to have words about the not getting ticket situation. I'm honestly devastated. To be honest with you, disappointed.
Yeah.
But
there won't be any falling downstairs or fires. At least it'll be a safe game for you all.
Yeah,
So,
plastic burns. Don't forget. So we wouldn't want any fires. We wouldn't want any fires. I'm talking about the seats being plastic, by the way, guys. Don't worry, chill. It's okay. We're gonna any spares tomorrow night. I've not got any spare tickets, unfortunately, and you won't see me in the press box, Brian. There's no room. I want to sit and eat some food by myself. That's what I want to do. So let's have. I get the same comment, Ellie. It didn't help that I stood next to Joe Pratt, who's 6 foot.
Sorry.
6 foot. Oh, are you laughing?
No, I forget sometimes. I do laugh at people for being short, and then I have to humble myself. Go, Ellie, you're 5'1", so that's a bit embarrassing. So it could be worse. I was
5'1".
You know what? Shh.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, it's not that bad.
Ellie, can I just tell you something? You're actually really, really short. I'm really joking. I'm only kidding you now. I'm joking.
The scraps on tomorrow. I think that should be your next. That's the next live stream. That's the next appearance.
What, just me and
Jay
you?
versus Ellie. Who are you backing?
Yeah, who are you backing? It's me versus Ellie tomorrow. It's going to be like KSI 2 fights in one night now, isn't it? Apparently, well, I've just heard from Dor. Dor said he wanted to scrap me in the car park as well. I can't believe that.
Jay, what are you doing? Stop scrapping Forest fans.
Everyone's trying to start a fight with me. I don't know what I've done wrong. I mean, I thought I was going to end up having... This guy was getting so aggressive. Dor will vouch for me for this, by the way. We were with Phil Surridge, and Dor was there. And this guy comes up to us. He's like, Forest are going to win 4-1. And we're all like, oh, mate, they're not. And he's like, Brennan Johnson's rubbish. And I'm like, what is this guy doing? Like, what is he saying? He's like, 4-1 Forest, Brennan Johnson's rubbish. He's done nothing. And I'm like,
what? Who's scoring the goals?
It's this random guy. And I'm like, who is this guy? And he was getting really, really aggressive. Like, believe me, I know, 4-1, put all your money on it. And I'm like, put all of my money on us to beat what? Like, what? I don't, yeah. But that, yeah, the experiences, let's say that. And do you know what, actually? One of my oldest experiences being a Forest fan is we were at the boot room. My dad was there. Obviously, he was really, doing his thing and drinking with his mates. And Guy Moussi was outside. And there was just this group of 6 lads, and I was just this like little 8-year-old, like running over him, like little polo, like coming to take a photo with them all. And they have no idea who I am. And this guy, he's got his phone, he just drops it on the pavement. Yeah, smashes everywhere. Back in the day when people used to have like Nokia Lumias and
they did well to break a Nokia brick.
Yeah. Oh no, this is a Lumia. Don't forget, Lumias. Yeah, Ellie, you were around for this. Like you should know. You should know this generation of phones, right? Like my first phone was a flip phone. So why are you laughing at? So you laugh at Ed for his height, which I'm not happy about, to be honest. You laugh at me for my first phone.
Oh no,
I think you're a bit of a bully. I think you're bullying me at the moment.
No, I don't mean to. I don't know if I laugh at people a lot. It's not very nice. I laughed at Tim's wife. I'm sorry again.
Yeah, but what did you laugh at Tim's wife for? You didn't just go up to Tim's wife and just laugh. You laughed at her because you got a head stuck in the sink. So, Tim, I'm really, really interested, and I'm intrigued to know how she got a head.
I really want to meet your wife.
Okay. So we've got 2 different things going on here. She wants to meet your wife. I want to know how she got her head stuck in the sink.
Nickname's Plug.
Oh, for God's sake.
Sorry.
Oh my God. Yeah, well, I'm still just confused, like an open sink. I don't know, oh God, Ellie, chill. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right.
Oh yeah, I'm okay.
We said we were going to stream for just under an hour, and look how far in we are. An hour and 34 minutes.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, she's crying. Jesus, Tim, what have you done to her? Oh, it wasn't his wife. It was his daughter this whole time. Oh God, that makes it. I mean, that makes it a little bit funnier.
I feel bad now. Oh God. Oh no, I hope she's not like 5 years old.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, we haven't even thought of that. Oh God, Tim, I hope that she's like not. Yeah.
I hope she's okay.
Life of Z. Don't worry, we did actually say predictions. I'm going to go with Ellie on this one. I'm going to say 2-2 because I don't bet against Forest. But
I've changed my mind. We're winning. I can't remember why.
Tim's daughter come on as striker.
It's 2-1 now to us.
2-1.
Stadium.
And Toby Taylor says, "I want a pint of what Ellie's drinking." So do I. Yeah, Ellie, get the rounds in.
I'm laughing at a
Good
child.
luck.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Ellie laughing at a child.
Tell Tim to
Disgusting.
mind those sinks at the City Stadium.
Yeah, you're banned from all the sinks, Tim's daughter. You're banned from all the sinks.
Your daughter can't go to the toilet unaccompanied.
She
For her own
can't.
safety.
And Bournemouth can't go onto a pitch unaccompanied, by the way. I just thought I'd say by professionals because you did lose 9-0 against Liverpool, don't forget. And hold on, who are you playing tomorrow, actually? That's a really good point.
Oh, I just assumed it meant Saturday.
Oh, do you mean... Oh, they're playing Wolves tomorrow. Nah, I think you're going to get beaten 3-1 tomorrow. No, seriously,
You're losing.
No, I don't. The reason I've not got respect in particular for Bournemouth at this point is because of the amount of stick we've got off Bournemouth on Twitter. And it's a bit late for that now, mate. It's a bit late for that. All I wanted was, when people are going out there and they're like, "Oh, give me a shirt, give me a shirt." I was going up to Scott Park saying, "Give me a cardigan, give me a cardigan." I don't care what your shirt's worth. Nobody's cardigan is worth 1.7k. Except for that man's cardigan. So Scott, give us your cardigan. Come on.
There you go. That's our cry out to Bournemouth. Can we have your cardigan?
Please. That's all I want. I don't want anything. I just want his cardigan. Not for resale purposes, but probably involves fire again. It's 5-0 Forest.
Nice.
What are the odds on 5-0 Forest? It's got to be like 1,000 to 1 or something.
What, tomorrow?
Yeah.
What was it? Was it 4? There's a 3% chance, according to Google, of us winning tomorrow.
3%?
I don't know. When I Googled the game, the first thing to come up was 3% chance of winning. I don't know where that stats come from, but that's the first thing that came up.
It's Chris Sutton. That's who it's come from. It's come from Chris Sutton. I can guarantee you.
3%. What's that mathematically? I don't know. No, it's all right. I've said 2-1. Therefore.
Well, Iggy Tommy doesn't seem to rate you as a person because he's saying, did Ellie's father raise her to mock a child who got their head tragically stuck in a sink?
Hang on, it wasn't a tragedy. They survived.
Yeah, they did survive. Yeah, what's all that about, Tim? You're just in the midst of all this. Your daughter's just in the midst of all. She's probably never even heard of us, but like.
That's brilliant. You know what? If you can laugh at me getting set on fire, I can laugh at a child's head in its sink.
They need to get Tim on here.
I think we need the whole story. We really need this.
With photographs.
Sorry.
Oh my God. This has been the most exciting. She's crying, lot. I don't know what's going on. What's been said now. But Tim, your daughter has.
What did he say?
Hashtag her sink too. Who said that? I'm sorry. I need to go back and read the comments in private because they're sending me.
You got a lot to go through. That's all I'm saying. Like you have got a lot to go through. I will just say, yeah. Ellie has had something tonight. Well, apparently it's drinks. So, yeah. It's been a wild one tonight.
I don't know how. Is it usually this wild or is it just weird?
No, it's not. It's not.
I sincerely apologize. I hope I could. I admit the football knowledge, the football talking wasn't quite there. We got a bit sidetracked, but I've
We discussed
gained
a lot, though.
possibly my favourite story ever. So thank you, Tim, for that. That genuinely is the best thing I've ever heard.
So this was a preview, but it's now actually you've been framed, and I've got the collar. I've got the collar for it, haven't I? So, hi, it's me, Harry Hill, and it's you've been framed, and I've got the massive collar up to there. So you've watched You've Been Framed. Coming
I
up on
always
the
say
next
that
one.
to Match Day with Max, because he's very, good broadcaster. Talks about it. I'm always like, Max, I'm really sorry. I'm not very good at keeping it serious. And he's like, it's all right. It's okay, Ellie. We know what to expect with you.
I'm just going to be there in the background, just reminding you.
Last time I actually came out, maybe I had a couple too many J2Os, and I'd done this interview. And actually, the interview, considering, was okay. I just had no points. But then I step out into the road, and I think it was one of the players' cars. It was entirely my fault. Nearly hits me. Entirely my fault.
It was Joe Warren.
And no, I think it was Ryan Yates. Entirely my fault. I don't even know if it was him. I was seeing double. And so I've said that to this video. You'll never guess what happened. I've just nearly got hit by Ryan Yates. I don't think it was him, but I was convinced that had happened after West Ham.
That's a weird flex, that is. That's a really weird flex.
I actually imagine if I did, I wouldn't be mad. I would just be like, you know what, Ryan? That's okay. I forgive you. That's okay.
I've got two broken limbs, and I've got and all my fingers are fractured. But
it was entirely my fault. Don't look both ways before you cross.
Left and right, not right and left. Yeah, left and right. Just want to. Yeah, and yeah, bit of a nutcase. Yeah, that's yeah, yeah, bit of a nutcase. Do you reckon? Oh, I don't know. There's a lot of normal stories we've heard tonight. I think it all seems fairly normal.
Not of them were my fault. I think personally.
Yeah, I heard that, Molly. Yeah. It was your fault. Let's be honest. It was your fault.
Hard to believe. She's actually quite intelligent.
Oh no, I'd believe that. I believe that.
It so well.
Thank you.
I think Tim. Oh, whoa! Shots fired. You're scrapping before you even get to the Etihad. Now, look, this can't be happening right now. I fear for. Oh, I'm dreading tomorrow now. I can't do this. Oh dear. Well. Oh God, I can't even believe actually how long we. Do you know what? Right, this has been brilliant. I've really enjoyed this. So
overlapping with Dor.
Is Dor on tonight?
Yeah, overlapping with Dor.
Is he on?
Yeah.
Yeah, very normal stories from Ellie. I'm so sorry.
I didn't know Dor was on tonight.
Oh,
he's on tonight.
He is.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, and he came to see us first. A legend.
Oh, and then he took all our listeners. Oh, Dor, you bad man. You bad man, Dor. I see you there. I'm not happy with you. I'm not happy with it. First, you don't send that contract in the post, and now this. Ugh, not happy.
Okay.
Okay, so
I've accidentally given myself a bit of a rep here, haven't I?
Yeah,
I'd like to say I'm a great citizen. I don't know where I'm going with this, to be honest.
You cancelled yourself about 6 times. So yeah, I don't even know where we go from this point, except it seems everybody's migrating to Dor's stream, which by the way, I'm deeply offended about now. I love Dor, but I mean, it has been an hour and 43 minutes, so I'll give it that. But if you want to hear more stories about sinks, people's jeans being set on fire at Forest, also a bit about Man City, and no, I don't think Haaland will play tomorrow. Just want to say the freak of nature, as he was called.
Jamie, here is his.
Sorry, that's my Alexa there. Reminded me to do my Spanish lesson. There you go. If you've enjoyed Alexa disturbances, if you've enjoyed Ellie on laughing gas, if you've enjoyed sinks, if you've enjoyed a bit of Man City pre-chat, if you've enjoyed all of that, and even if you've enjoyed chats about Willy Bolly we've actually spoke about, so do go back a little bit, Scott, if you do want to hear more.
There was football in this live.
There was actually a lot of football. Towards the start, there was a lot of football in this. But if you enjoyed it, then please feel free to subscribe, to like, and I'm sure that you could probably follow Ellie on Twitter, although I don't see her that often talking about these stories on her Twitter. But more streams will be coming very soon. So we've got a Dave and Jay show, but a Jay and Ellie show isn't there yet. But I think this would be a comedy show. So yeah, would it even be football? I don't even know. And Iggy Tommy says, just the final question: has Ellie ever taken sweets off a child?
No, that's where I draw the line. I laugh at children with their heads in sinks, but I've never sunk quite that low.
And we're going to clip that. Cheers. That is being clipped. I'm just saying. Yeah, we're saving that forever, by the way, and putting that on Twitter. So
That's going to be
ruined, cancelled, completely done.
That's the bit that's going on to promote this.
Yeah, that's going to be
laugh at children in sinks. That's it. There you go.
I might literally just never release this stream again. I might just put a permanent trailer of you saying that up for it. So when people think, "Oh, Man City versus Forest preview, let's talk football," bosh, you've just got Ellie saying she likes seeing kids getting their head stuck in the sink. Absolute monster. Well, it's been good, hasn't it? We've enjoyed it.
I don't know if you've noticed, I've had a great time. I've thoroughly enjoyed this. I think if anyone has any weird forest stories, please send them my way, because that was fantastic. So
I've got loads, but you're my daughters. I can't tell you them.
Oh, all right. That sounds like another demonetization on the horizon there. So I don't know if that. I mean, Molo, if you can tell me they're safe to say, then that's fair enough. But if not, I'm going to have to politely decline that. I don't know what to do on that.
They usually involve climbing and statues in Munich and flags.
Okay, I think that sounds okay. Yeah. Okay, let's get Molo on for a podcast. I'm thinking. Come on, make it happen. Jump on.
I'll be very quick. This is bad though. Don't do this at home, kids.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
This is a Munich story. So when I was much younger and I used to go to football for away games, I would occasionally have a drink or two. I don't do that anymore. I let Ellie do all the stupidity now, clearly. Getting set on fire.
That was not me.
But everybody's different when they've had a drink. Some people are not very nice and cause grief. I always become the world's best climber or swimmer. Not anymore. I've grown out of it, thankfully. So when we went to watch Forest the second time in Munich, when we played Bayern Munich under Frank Clark, we had a little bit of the local ambience and local drinks and whatnot. And at about 3 o'clock in the morning, we're walking in this sort of like a market square. There's a massive statue. And the way it was, it just needed a Forest flag hanging from it. I don't know why. I climbed up this statue, got to the top, hung my flag, and I looked down and I sobered up instantly thinking, how am I going to get down from here? Followed by the scary blue lights come flying up the road. I was like, uh-oh, I think I'm going to get free accommodation tonight. Thankfully, I didn't, and they were very understanding, with the understanding that we went straight back to our hotel. But that's the PG version anyway. So,
all right, okay. Well, if you want to see part 2, then you can go to our page. We don't actually have to worry about
thrown out of those days. Those days of running on pictures at Peterborough and all that rubbish, climbing statues and getting lifts off taxi drivers and all that sort of thing in Munich, all long gone.
Lifts off taxi drivers? What?
Yeah, because of the behaviour.
Stop asking.
Because of the behaviour of a minority of idiots in Munich, these German taxi drivers refused to take any Forest fans or English fans anywhere, and it was really it had to be really persuasive.
Please. Do you not know who my daughter is? Please, come on. Like, do you not know who Ellie is? Like,
Yes.
do you not know?
Watch out.
Yeah. So yeah, it was before she was born, but I can't remember how we persuaded him. Now I think I just got in, and one of my friends
Should have started speaking German.
Yeah,
Why didn't you knew
I
German as well? Why didn't you do that?
that's true. I could speak
Oh.
German back then a little bit.
You said that.
I don't know. It just seemed easier just to say, "Please take me to my hotel."
Instead of speaking their language, I thought you'd just confuse me even more. But that's
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
feel like I can't share the whole of that story. It's not fair on Uncle Jad.
maybe we need to get Uncle Jad's side of this story.
Oh no! I was a best man at this person's wedding, and normally when you're a best man at a wedding, you're trying to find stories about somebody, aren't you, that are funny and entertaining. He's the female kind of equivalent of what Ellie is now, where things happen to him. I could have sold a whole book about the guy, and that's just so I'll leave it at that. But anyway, I'll leave you young people to do your thing. Sorry for interfering. Lovely to meet you. You see, you're making me miss out on the rest of Door now.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, just everybody else is going. So
I'm sorry, only joking. I'm very, very impressed. You're very professional. I don't know how you've kept it together with.
Sorry.
That as your sidekick.
I've loved it. No, I've loved it. It's been good. Hey, whoa, fighting talk now.
Everyone's got to have a stooge, haven't they? Oh, yeah. Enjoy the game. You're going tomorrow.
I'm going tomorrow. I am going tomorrow.
Me too, but I feel bad for Ellie. And Ellie hasn't even told you the worst part of the story about my ticket and her not getting one. Is that it was my birthday last week, and as a present, she's paying for the ticket. She's not even going.
You're not.
And the travel.
And the travel.
Yeah.
She couldn't be bothered to get a present, so she just said, "Oh, any Forest away game, I'll pay for it."
No, I just knew what was most important.
This is true.
Forest, as I could get him more shirts and stuff, but he has that. Why not get him a game?
Yeah, according to what's his face, he needs to be XXXXXXL.
Wow, Brian was rude on that one. He just messaged me saying
you
that was a good
hear.
So,
wow. Oh, thank you to hear. It wasn't me, but on your behalf.
Yeah. Ellie, you're not a legend, but you're dead though.
Not yet.
You're
She's
dead.
working. I'm just worried that Tahir, I don't know if Tahir's his real name, and he just knows me from somewhere else. And he's thinking about other things. Oh, there you go. Look, Ellie Legend.
That was the pity one now. It doesn't have quite the same effect. But thank you, AFC fans. TV.
Is that guy with the sink still watching? Is he still there?
Tim.
I hope he comments about the sink.
You've got to get that guy on.
Please.
Yeah, Tim, come on, make it happen.
You've got to get that guy on to tell the full story. I've heard some stories in my time and what's happened at football and where people have ended up. And I once had be careful in Manchester. I once borrowed my mum's brand new car to go to Man United away. When I got back to the car, it wasn't there anymore.
Why would you do that? Come on, you're cleverer than that. Why would you do that?
I was 17.
Oh, well, his mum lets a 17-year-old have a new car.
Because my old bang wouldn't have got there, I don't think. It was an old Talbot Sunbeam. My mum was, you can't go all the way to Manchester in that.
So you can just have my brand new car instead.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Exactly right. And it was very scary, I'll tell you.
Yes, Legend J. There we go.
Being in a pub in Trafford at about 10 o'clock at night, waiting for your dad to come and pick you up about 3 hours after the game has finished and everybody's gone home, and you're there trying to hide your Forest colours. In the days before mobile phones, because I'm that old, it was horrendous. But, look, there we go. But, hopefully more happy memories made tomorrow.
There's been a lot made today, actually, to be honest, Mollo.
I can't get that image out of my head.
Yeah. We've had a lot today. We went from new player signings and trying to name the squad to trying to name which member of Tim's family got their head stuck in a sink. So,
amazing.
Thank you.
So, cheers for joining.
Why did the lamp call the police?
Yeah. Okay, this is the very last one we'll have, right? Before we. Why did the lamp call the police? Go on.
I did the lamp call the police. We're all waiting now. If he leaves now, I'll be thinking about it all night.
Yeah, because I want to go and eat my cornflakes. Like, come on, mate.
Cornflakes.
Eating cereal at night, that's a normal thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, that's a bit.
That's normal.
Being fleeced.
He had been
Oh,
fleeced.
I think he meant to say lamb.
Uh,
I think
I had to put a disclaimer that it's a
you
joke
need
there.
to check your spelling, AFCB fan TV.
Oh,
I think you meant to say lamb, not lamp.
Yeah, I love how he put
Oh.
joke as well, just in case you thought that was
Otherwise
just a normal question. It's not.
That would be quite good.
Yeah.
Commiserations for your pending relegation, by the way, Mr. AFC.
Oh, whoa, whoa, we are entering uncharted territory here, Mr. Mollo. Oh,
It's,
I was hoping for a collaboration with this man when we.
Yeah, I take it back.
Yeah.
You're a lovely man, and collaborate with Jay. He will.
But you
bring
employed a
entertainment.
useless manager who should have
If
taken
you are a
that
man, by the way,
No, your manager. His cardigan's really cool.
it is. How much does it cost, Ellie? Do you remember the number?
£1,700.
To be fair, though, how good did Cooks look on Sunday in his Paul Smith t-shirt? Love that
He
he's
always
giving
looks good,
the
though.
giving the local people some local
But he always
design.
looks casual. You know, like at Wembley, he just turns up in like some polo shirt and black. I'm just like, this man is an absolute genius. People said he looks like he could be my dad, by the way. So
Oh, I kind of see it now. That's quite cool. That is cool. If I wanted to look like anyone's daughter, oh wait, no, I shouldn't say that.
Yes, stop.
It would be Father Mollo.
Yeah. you're like at that
Good job
point.
you look like the mum actually before anyone else says it.
Oh. Okay, before we get into DNA tests, right? We're not. Oh God! I said to my mum, I said,
Parker was unlucky. Did that say? Wow, I'd have
What?
to disagree with that. Scott Parker was lucky to get the job, and with the amazing players he had in the Championship, he should have been up the top of the league, walking it with Fulham.
I mean, I do agree to an extent that he was unlucky this time because of the fact that they did have some hard games to start with, and they did sack him pretty quickly.
Rough start,
3-0, 4-0, 9-0. There's a pattern.
I mean, if Championship Forest can take Liverpool on and lose 1-0, and it still be a very, very close game as well, could have been the other way. I don't think we're.
I don't think we should say too much after tomorrow. To be fair,
Yeah, let's wait till tomorrow. But if you guys are free, we've got a post-match show as well, which will just be exclusively about the football. By the way, I will just point out. Yeah,
on the M6 somewhere probably.
Oh no, we're not going to have a show because that's a good point because I'm going to be there as well. So I'm not back till 1:30 in the morning. So do you know what?
You're lowering your professionalism to Ellie's standards now. This is the problem. Rub it off.
I can't have gone that low, really.
I came here.
Oh, I'm joking.
I'm sorry.
He's not sorry. He's going to
proud
come
of
on the next one and
Very
humiliate
proud
you.
of the way you play cricket, especially.
Thank you.
Let's not talk about how you talk on TV and stuff. I was a backhander. You didn't get that, did you? Sorry. Right, I've got to go get. Apart from anything else, I'm kneeling down to be down at her level.
Oh,
It's killing my knees. Like 25, 30 years of playing football and stuff. It's killing my knees. I don't know if I'm going to get up. So,
do you realise? I don't know if you just realised the fact he's just like roasted you, Ellie, like within like 5 times in the last 10 seconds. Like, oh dear. Oh dear.
I can't get up now.
Well,
enjoy the game tomorrow. Set us.
Yeah.
Might see you there. I think we're going to the fan zone to meet Dor.
Yeah.
6-ish. So might see you there.
Me and him are having one of these.
Yeah,
So
have fun.
Yeah, we will. I'll give you a ring, Ellie, and I'll send you some pictures.
oh. I'm not getting involved. He's not coming to Manchester tomorrow because he won't be able to get actually out in the morning. So cheers for the appearance, Mollo. But you know,
apologies for that.
All right, if you do manage to walk back here within the next week, then that's then we're good. Yeah. So looks like I'm going to be taking the job at Bournemouth then. So got the offer coming in now. So Elliot, it's been great knowing you. Take back everything I said about Bournemouth. Give us the cardigan. Let's go. It's complimentary, isn't it? So in my contract, I want 10 grand a week and that cardigan. That's it. Yeah, and a big shout out to Herring Shoes as well. I'd like a pair of Herring Shoes. So, thank you for joining me, Ellie. Thank you for not laughing for the last 5 seconds. It's been a pleasure.
I've had a very good night. Thank you very much. I can be professional. sometimes.
I guess we'll see that on the next stream then. That's
In the next stream, you could see a whole new. I'll come suited up, proper, professional.
we're gonna have to do a suit stream. I'm down for a suit stream.
Oh, suit stream. That's it. Suit stream.
Suit stream. Okay,
Let's go.
so the next stream we do is a suit
That's
stream. Then got it all. Oh, I need to iron my. Oh, I need to iron my shirt. Now, for God's sake, this is. I'm going to sit there with like a bowl of cornflakes, like ironing, like I'm like going for it. Yeah. Well, whilst I'm ironing, you guys can also keep talking on YouTube. Don't forget to like this video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe and make sure you follow Ellie on the social media. And don't forget, anything that you donate, we're going to be splitting 50 to Mind Charity and 50 to Home Game 2 as well. So that's a wrap. 2 hours. I've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining, Ellie. And we'll see you all again soon. Cheers. Bye.
Thank you.